Yo, what's going on everybody, DiGi Valentine here right about now. And today I want to talk to you about Final Fantasy VII, or something connecting to Final Fantasy VII. Not necessarily the game itself, but just a particular story from my past involving elements of that game. As you will know, if you haven't been made aware, they're remaking Final Fantasy VII at the moment into a brand new version of the game. And it looks very nice. I'm very excited for it. And if you don't know who Cloud is, Cloud Strife, guy with the big sword. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can provide context for this story, but go and look him up. Yeah? Run over to Google, type in Cloud Strife, avoid the Rule 34 if you can, and check him up. This story is basically going to be about him and his big boss man sword. But yeah, so here's the story. True story. Here's the story of that time I tried to buy a real life Buster Sword. Okay, so we're taking it back now. We've got to take it back to like 2004. If you were even alive at that point, big ups. If you weren't, I don't know, man. I don't even know if this video is like appropriate for you, like age-wise, but still, welcome anyway. 2004 was a very, very different time on the internet, my people. eBay was in its early stages. eBay was a very different place. I don't even think there was any buyer protection back in those days, man. I think you were just risking everything on what you were purchasing on eBay back in those days. So my point in time, it was like summertime 2004. I was 19 years old. Aye, showing the age up in here. 19 years old in 2004. Sad beginning, sad context to this story. I had just broken up from a 2-year relationship, a very serious relationship at that time. And obviously what you do when you're trying to get over a breakup on that magnitude, what do? Some of us fuckers like to go around and do shopping therapy, retail therapy. So I was heavily into that at that point. I was doing a 7-day job. I had no free time. I was coming home and I was just buying trash from Amazon and eBay, and I was like, what am I even doing? Why am I buying this random anime that has got no bearing on me whatsoever? I don't even like it. Why did I buy it? I'm in a fucking weird rebound and I'm looking to anime for help. Fuck's sake. I was lost. I'm still lost, you know. I'll be honest with you. But anyway, at the time, I'm looking around to buy things to cheer me up. So I go on eBay, and I'm a massive fan of Final Fantasy VII. Like, when I'm talking about top games, like top 5 games, Final Fantasy VII shares the top spot, numero uno spot, with Nights into Dreams. Like, those 2 games are so important to me. Like, they were hugely influential to me during my childhood years and my teenage years. They share that top spot, those 2 games. And so I'm looking for stuff to buy on eBay relating to Final Fantasy VII. And I come across this one listing, okay? Cloud Strife's Buster Sword 1-to-1 replica. And it was like $80. And I was like, firstly, if you know Cloud's sword, the Buster Sword, yeah, it's a 7-foot long heap of metal, bruv. Okay? You could build houses out of that thing. And I was looking at this, there was a photograph of this Buster Sword, and I don't know who the seller was. It didn't look very presentable, I'll be honest with you. The guy had the Buster Sword propped up against the doorway in his bedroom somewhere, and it spanned the length from the bottom of the doorway right to the very top. It was that long, like the sword was huge. I'm looking at this sword and I'm like, yo, for $80, I get to own Cloud's Buster Sword. And obviously, I'm not thinking straight. I'm thinking, yeah, man, this is a sick purchase. This is going to be the best purchase I ever make in my goddamn life. I'm going to own a 1-to-1 replica of Cloud's Buster Sword. So I put a bid down, $80 starting bid. We put the bid down. We was in there. I was in there. I don't think the price grew that much, to be honest. I don't remember it going over $100 at least. But I put the bid down and I was waiting on that one. And I fucking won it, baby. Yeah, boy. Hey, you get me, man. Fucking, I won Cloud's Buster Sword 1-to-1 replica off eBay. And I just kept looking at this photograph of the guy with this sword just propped up against the doorway. I'm like, man, yo, I can't wait for that to arrive at my house so I can prop it up against my doorway and then stand next to it and go, look how tall this fucking thing is. Oh my God. So anyway, I waited. I waited about a week. Got no email notification telling me, yo, your item's been shipped out. The seller has now shipped your item. Waited about a month. Still didn't hear anything. And I was like, hey, this is beginning to look a little bit suspect now. Maybe I should holler at man and see what's going on. So I sent him a message I was like, hi, I'm the person that won the bid war for your Final Fantasy VII Cloud Buster Sword 1-to-1 replica. Any idea when it's gonna get shipped out? Because I'm waiting here and it's been a month. And where you at, bro? Where you at? And of course I didn't get a reply. And 2 months went by and I was like, oh, you know what? I should probably really chase up on this now. I'm trying to find the guy's contact details outside of eBay. I'm like, yo, has this guy got a fucking AOL instant messenger name or something that I could locate him on? Where's this man at? Let me find him. Couldn't find him anywhere. For all I know, he just existed on eBay. And I was like, oh man, don't tell me I've been scammed. To this day, I never heard back from that guy. I never knew whatever happened to that sword. Maybe for all I know, this is the thing. I'm just sitting here going, yo, it was probably a scam. It probably wasn't even made of metal. Like, he probably made it out of cardboard and they put some tin foil around it to give it the nice shiny effect. It probably wasn't real in any capacity. I feel like I've been scammed out of $100 now. Dickhead. And I didn't really know what to do with it at that point. I'm just sitting around going, oh, well, what options do I have? This dude just ran off with $100. He's probably laughing. He's like, wow, I scammed the dude out of $100 for some piece of shit sword that I'm not even going to send him. I'm going to keep it for myself. But for all I know, maybe he did send it. This is the thing. Like, sometimes there are days where I'm sitting around doing nothing, minding my own business. And I sometimes think back to that transaction, that purchase I made. And I wonder, maybe he did send it. Maybe. At one point, he's like, oh yeah, somebody totally bought this off me. I should probably send it out in case they shut down my eBay account. Maybe he did try to send it. Obviously, it was in America. Then I start thinking, yo, you're sending like a giant 7-foot sword through the post, yeah? Whether it's real or not, okay? They're gonna put that through at the airport and someone's gonna look at that and go, yo, rotted, what the fuck is this? Yo, we're sending out massive swords now, massive broadswords. We're exporting this shit to the UK. Shut it down, put it in storage. And what if it did? What if it actually left the country? Yeah, this is another thing that I think about sometimes. What if it actually made it out of America? Yeah, what if somebody, like American customs person, looked at the package and went, rah, there's a 7-foot sword in here. But fuck it, I'm gonna send it anyway. Threw it on a plane. That plane arrives in the UK. It is now in London. My hometown ends, fam. The sword is here, on home soil. And it's a British guy at that end looking at it and going, yo, what the hell is this? A 7-foot sword, bruv. We can't send this. And maybe they locked it down and it's in their storage compartment somewhere. That's some bullshit. If it got that close, that's some bullshit. I didn't get my 1-to-1 Final Fantasy VII Cloud Buster Sword replica. That happened in 2004. And as I said, I think about it fairly regularly. I'm fairly caught up that I never got it. Even, listen, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. If it turned out that it was just made of cardboard with tinfoil wrapped around it to give it a nice shiny effect, if that was the case and I just spent $100 on cardboard and tinfoil, I would still take that sword and treasure it. I would hang it proudly from the top of my shelf. I would. It would be mine. I would say, yo, I got scammed hard, but fuck, I paid for it. It's mine. I'm gonna rock this shit. It's mine. I didn't even get that. I was robbed of that. Someone somewhere has that fucking sword. My 1-to-1 Cloudbuster sword replica. And it saddens me greatly because I bought it at a very, very dark time in my life and that was going to cheer me up and instead I was miserable for another 10 months. It's a shame though. It's a real big shame. I would have loved to have had that. It's getting very difficult to get weapons in this country, you know. I shouldn't say that. That sounds like I'm plotting something. That sounds like I'm making something happen, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was the story about that time I tried to buy, and I did, but I didn't receive a 1-to-1 replica of Cloud's Buster Sword from some random guy on eBay that had a grainy photograph of it propped up against his bedroom doorway. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little tale from my past. There's going to be more of these popping up from time to time. I do like talking about certain elements of my history. There's a ton of nerdy video game related stories all dotted around the place that I feel like telling. So I'm going to use these off the cuff videos to sort of present these stories through. And if you like that, thank you. You know, thumbs up and all the goodness. If you're new around these ends, please consider subscribing because I appreciate that. I'm actually in the process of rebuilding my channel after a very, very long hiatus. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys being here. If you appreciate me and want to follow me in other places, I'm on the Twitters and the Instas. I'm over there. Follow that madness. And yeah, I've been DiGi Valentine. Thanks for your time. Take care. And I'll see you all again real soon. And yo, if they don't know about me, let them know. Safe.